Okay, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a pen gun. It doesn't shoot very far, but it is pretty effective. It's just for in class whenever you want to make your friends mad by shooting them in the back with a piece of paper or something. So here's a firing mechanism. Okay, so what you need to make this is an ordinary one of these type of pens. It must have the clicker on the back, and it always has a spring in the tip. So what you gotta do is take it apart and save every single part of it. Because if you don't save every part of it, it will not work correctly. Actually, it won't work at all. So there's that end. You have the end with the clicker on it. And you have this, and there is a spring in here, so you have to hit it against the ground a few times to get the spring out. Okay? So now you have four main parts: the ink cartridge, the front of the pen, the back of the end, and the spring, which you most definitely need to make the pen shoot. Okay, so what you're going to do is take the end of the spring with the little clicker on it, and you take the ink cartridge and shove it through the back of the pen. Okay? So now you have two extra parts. You have the clicker, and you have the little piece that goes inside the clicker. Okay, so what you're going to do is take the little piece that goes, the clicker, and you're going to put it right back into that. Okay? You're going to take the spring and put that on top of that. Okay? And you're going to take the part that goes into the clicker and put that down there. Okay? It shouldn't go in all the way. So once you do that, you take your ink cartridge and push that down so that it locks into place. Okay? This is what causes it to shoot. Watch. You press on the end and it shoots it out. So after you've done this, you take this part right here, and you take scissors or wire cutters or anything, and you just cut the top off. Depends on how far you want it to be cut. I'm gonna cut it to about the end of those lines, the little striped lines. I know you can't see them, but there's striped lines about halfway. So I'm gonna cut it about halfway through the grip. Okay? You can use wire cutters or anything you want to cut this. It's as long as it works, I guess. Hold on, I'm cutting mine right now. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this is the front of it. You do not need this anymore, so you can just throw that aside. What you do need is this part. Okay? So you can just take the grip off of it, if it's still on there. It should look something like this. We have the little ridges on this side, and then a little bump, and then and it is completely see-through. Okay? So now what you do is you take your pen and you push it down so that it's compressed behind that little line, and then you screw this onto the front. Okay? So now whenever you press the back, it shoots it, but it doesn't come out. Because if we don't have this front on there, all the parts would just fall out of it. Okay, so this is where you can, just recock it, and then put a firing mechanism, or something to fire out of it. Okay, so right now I'm using a toothpick, and I'm going to shoot it. Okay? Like I said, it's not to hurt people, but just to annoy them. So, this is the one that I've made before this, and I have a stronger spring in this one. And be careful if you're making it. Don't get too strong of a string, because this little line right here can't hold too much power back. Okay, so I have this, oh, sorry. All you have to do is just push it in there, and then fire. And then it should come out. Unless you get stuck on the side or something. You need to make sure you get it inside the little hole of the thing that goes inside the clicker. You gotta get it like directly down the center of that. So if you shoot a piece of paper, you just wad it up into a little ball and then stick it inside that little hole. Okay? So this is what it should do whenever you fire it. Now with the stronger spring, it does hurt more if you use sharp objects. And if you really wanted to hurt someone, or you just playing around and shooting stuff, you can use the end of the tip inside of it, so whenever you shoot it, it shoots out pretty far. And it did go in between the board and the blue thing. I don't know what it's called. Okay, well, thanks for watching.